Hey, it's Joe Amoia, the Smarter Dating Guy, with this week's Smarter Dating Tip of the Week. Today I'd like to talk about a trend that I see that's very concerning to me. And it's about your outlook. Your outlook on dating, relationships, men, and love in general. See, every day I talk to a woman, get an email, get a text, and it's almost as if you're defeated before you even start. Now, I'm not here to say that you don't have reason to be, that, there are some things that have happened in your past and based on your experience with men and relationships that cause you to kind of feel that way. I totally get it. But it's really more about your outlook here going forward. It literally is that, the glass being half full versus the glass being half empty. It kind of looks like this bottle here. Okay, you see there are two halves to it. There's the part that's half full and the part that's half empty. And this is very similar to your attitude in dating and relationships. You're either a hopeless romantic or a hopeful romantic. And see, there's no right or wrong, because no matter how you see this, you are absolutely 100% correct. The difference is your outlook will completely determine how happy and fulfilling the rest of your life and your relationships are from here going forward. So I want to talk to you a little bit about these two different outlooks. The hopeless romantic versus the hopeful romantic. Because if you are a hopeless romantic, this whole thing is just going to suck. It's going to be so much more difficult. It's going to be so much more challenging. And you're going to make it that much harder on yourself to have what it is that you say you desire. So it's your attitude that determines your altitude. It determines how high you're going to go. Now, when you're a hopeless romantic, you tend to stay with guys even though you're not really happy. It causes you to make bad choices and decisions because it's supposed to be hard. It's difficult. This is what everybody does. And you're right. The large majority of people never really have that true, happy, and fulfilling relationship. It's sad, but true. But what you have to realize is that you only need one. And when you're a hopeless romantic, you'll find yourself making excuses for why it's okay to not be happy. And again, it's not right or wrong, but it's how it's working for you. But if you're a hopeful romantic, you're going to be able to make better, smarter choices in your love life. You're going to be able to make the tough choices and decisions. You're going to be able to walk away from guys in relationships which are okay, but which aren't really giving you what you're really looking for. Those relationships where something's always missing, where you're not truly fulfilled, you're not truly happy. It's what I call being able to give up the good to go for the great. But if you don't have that optimistic attitude that there is something better out there and that you will find it, it's going to be so much more difficult to actually leave. And one of the best things that hopeful romantics do is they don't make excuses. They simply see things as they are. They learn to take their emotions out of the way. They learn how to make the choices and decisions that lead them closer to the direction they want to go. See, the hopeful romantics know that they deserve the best, and they do what they need to do to make it happen. Now, again, there are no right or wrong in any of this. It all comes down to the quality of your experience. And I believe we're all truly responsible for our lives. That doesn't mean that, we're going to date jerks. We're going to get involved in jerks. We're going to get involved with people who betray us, who lie and cheat. But the better we are, the stronger we are in knowing who we are and observing what's just in front of us, being able to pick up those red flags, the easier it's going to be. So this week, I'm going to give you a little homework. I want you to take a look in the mirror, a good long look in the mirror, and simply notice your attitude. What is your outlook? Are you a hopeless romantic? What are the words you say? Do you say it's difficult and it's hard and there are no good men out there and all men suck, and all the negative stuff, the pessimistic, half empty stuff? Or are you a hopeful romantic saying, yeah, you know what? I've had some crap. I've made some bad choices, decisions. I may have overlooked some things, but you know what? I'm smarter as a result, and I'm going to learn from it. So, there was a time in my life where I was a hopeless romantic. My experience wasn't good, and I realized that in order to get where I wanted to go, I had to do some things different. And ultimately, once I started realizing that and doing things different, my outlook changed. And once my outlook changed, boom, everything completely turned around. So this week, it's time for a little self-analysis. Time to look in the mirror and simply notice, what is your dating outlook? Are you a hopeless romantic or a hopeful romantic? Okay, so I hope this helps. As always, if you know someone who could benefit from it, please pass it along. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, simply put them down below and we'll respond to them. All right? Have an awesome week. We'll see you next time. God bless.